Lily, you wanted to know if we shouldn't just wrestle to get over our differences.
Say sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Byron.
All right, that's settled in. Right, Heather, Lily, thank you for your question of whether we should arm wrestle or just wrestle to settle our differences. That was a great idea. I do think it was about time we did that.
Thank you very much. Now, in line with that question, and in the same sort of spirit of the question, Mars 201, I don't know in what context you asked this, but you said if a human being was, let me just get this right, would you let nature take its course if a tourist got attacked by an animal? Look, the temptation for some tourists would be absolutely to let nature take its course, but in general, no, we would apply very basic first aid.
No, James, no. You see, our job is to protect the tourists and look after them when we're on safari. So, yes, we would definitely intervene and we would help everybody. Don't listen to James.
I have definitely met some tourists that I wouldn't help.
Yeah. No, okay.
Mars,
Let's not
I
go
think
there.
you're obviously asking that question in the context of the fact that that lion is injured, and I'm sure those questions have come up during the course of the day. Fear with an injured animal like that, and the answer is no, we wouldn't, because it is hurt, was probably hurt by a lion, wasn't hurt by a human being, and so we'd probably leave it alone. And that's how it goes. That is the Sabi Sand non-interference policy. It's a discussion we have often. It's a discussion that I really particularly enjoy, because where do you draw the line? And many of you have come up with the conclusion, you've said, but you put water out for the animals, so why wouldn't you help them with the disease? So, for us to say that we don't have any interference at all here when we drive past all these dams and artificial water points, well, clearly it's absolute nonsense. But as far as the animals go, we try to have as little effect as possible, and that is 90% of the time it ends in tragedy. The one time that it hasn't, interestingly, has been with Sindile, who came back and seems to have acclimatized back to this area quite successfully. Byron, do you have any comments on this particular
I
thing?
agree. I mean, to be honest, I really do not. I've never taken or agreed with the policy of interfering. And I've been guiding many areas, and a lot of national parks where, you don't really have as many vehicles around, and if animals get injured, you might not even know about it. It's nature's way of keeping a balance, and I think it's very important. Yes, within the greater Kruger area, there are the water holes and so on, which have been introduced. But I think that was to kind of balance the fact that fences were put up, not only to protect the animals, but also to protect the people outside of the game reserve. So there is that aspect, but I think in terms of animals being injured by other animals, that is purely nature's way. So I don't believe in interfering unless, obviously, we as people or as human beings then cause the injury, then we would definitely interfere.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Now, our last question we're quickly going to answer.